All right, let's get to it. So we had some questions, like I said, come in from our leaders, and they were wondering just about different things that they knew that y'all would need to hear or whatever. So like I said, if you have questions that you want me to answer during this time, go ahead and put them in the chat, and I would be more than happy to get to them at the end if we have time. So, or as you think of them, if you have questions, go ahead and put them in the chat. All right, so one said, what are some good ways to keep yourself motivated throughout the month without burning out, if that made sense. So, totally makes sense. So who feels like they have worked harder in the last 4 days than they had the entire rest of the month? Put a 1 in the chat. You're like, dude, I've been slaying the game this week. I don't know what happened to me the rest of the month, but I've been slaying. I'm working so hard. Now, if you just joined this week, you don't get to count because you only could work this week. But the rest of you, 1's all over the place. Anybody else? Anybody else would be honest and say, I worked harder in the last couple of days than I worked the whole entire rest of the month? Put a 1 in the chat. Chesley's being honest. Audra's being honest. There we go. There we go. Now we have some honest people. All right. So, why? Why? Because here's the deal, guys. You are working super hard at the end of the month, and you're literally killing yourself at the end of the month. No sleep, not working out anymore, not eating healthy, not taking care of your body, not hanging out with your family. And you could have been working consistently every single day for 30 days and you would already have hit your promotion. Now, sometimes I'm looking at people like Sarah Allender. I'm going to just call her out. She has been working consistently every single day for 30 days and now she's giving it that extra push. That's normal. What's not normal is when people sit here and don't do anything the first 2 or 3 weeks of the month and then haul ASS to at the end of the month, and they're just killing themselves because they're like, I have to maintain. What happened to promoting? Because you said you wanted to promote on June 1st. June 1st, you said you'd promote. Now it's the last week of the month and you're struggling to maintain a rank you already hit. Why? Aren't you sick of that? Didn't you do that last month? Didn't you do that the month before? Did you do that the month before that? Do you do that with every rank? Why? Why? If you keep doing the same thing you're always doing, you're not going to get different results. But sometimes we just like act like that's going to help, but that's going to fix it. Like, I'm going to do the same thing next month, but it's going to be completely different. No, it's not. No, it's not. And guess what? If you have a team, they're doing exactly what you're doing. So some of you have not been working and you're texting me this week and you're like, my team isn't working. What do I do? Probably lead by example and start working yourself, and they're going to do the things that they need to be doing too. But they're watching you, and your team is going to work half as hard as you do. And for some of you, that is scary because you're like, oh, I don't do anything. So if I want you to work half as hard as me, how hard do I need to work for you to be able to put in the amount of work that it's going to take for you to get where you want to go? I would much rather you work for 1 hour a day, 30 days in a row. I'm not saying you can't do more, but what I'm saying is don't sit there at the very beginning of the month and burn yourself out the first 3 days and work 10 hours a day for 3 days and then do nothing until the 25th of the month. You built so many seeds, you planted so many seeds those first few days, and then you stopped. And then somebody else reaped the harvest. You go back and you're like, oh, well, so-and-so signed up with somebody else. Of course they did, because you were nowhere to be found. And they tried to text you and you didn't even respond. Or they forgot about you, because guess what? You're probably not the only person on their social media who does this business. So if you're not the only person on their social media who does this business, you want to be the one who they think of when they're ready to order. And it may not be right when you talk to them. You didn't sign up whenever somebody first talked to you, right? Put a 2 in the chat if somebody had to follow up with you. Whenever somebody followed up with you as a customer or distributor, you joined the business. So why do we get so frustrated whenever we talk to people and they don't sign up right away? I literally signed up a girl today as a distributor who I first talked to. Actually, I'm very curious when I first talked to her because she texted me last night and said, I know we've talked like 87,000 times, but I'm finally ready to do this. And so she finally joined, and it literally took forever, but she joined and she's so excited about doing this. But we talked forever ago, and if I hadn't kept going and I wasn't consistent, she would not have seen my post, and she would not have seen December 18th, 2017. And look how many times I followed up after that. Oh, did a story, did a poll. Guess what? She said no, but she still voted on a poll and ghosted me. And her last text last night, after literally all of this, look, some of you would have given up on that first message, but I said, she texted me 12:08 a.m. Hi, I know we've talked before about what you do, but I'm ready now and I would love to join. Can I get your number? Signed up on the spot. But some of you work for 3 days and then quit for 22 days and then try to gather everything back up on the 25th. Consistency, people. Consistency. What is the key to success with any business, any opportunity? Any CEO would tell you consistency. And not consistency for 3 days. That's where y'all miss it. You're like, well, I have been consistent. No, you haven't, not for 30 days. When's the last time you did this business every day for 30 days? When is the last time you did that? Because I can guarantee if you did, you wouldn't be stressed out at the end of the month texting me, why isn't my team working? What do I need to do? How do I bring in all this volume? You bring in all the volume by being consistent the other 23 days of the month. That's how you bring in the volume. And I love you enough to tell you all this stuff because I see the issue and what you're doing and you know how to fix it, but you're not willing to do it. So make that decision today that you're not going to work for 30 hours the first 3 days of the month, that you're going to work 30 hours a month, 1 hour a day for 30 days. Do you see how much more consistent that is? Same amount of work spread out over time. Doesn't that sound so much more doable? Some of you think you have to spend 10 hours a day on your phone to do this business. No, I don't even do that. If I don't do that, you sure as heck don't have to do that. But it does take consistency. You'll never see a day where I don't post. You'll never see a day where I don't talk about this business. You'll never see a day where I'm not getting my messages out. And I was talking to Tara today, and she was at her full-time job. She works in a medical clinic, and COVID stuff, craziness. She texted me today and she was like, I haven't been able to do this. I haven't been able to do this. I'm so stressed out. I feel like I'm not doing that great. And I reminded her something I want to remind you of. Your 110% today may look different than your 110% on your day off. Because on your day off, you may be able to put in 110% that looks like this. But Tara put in 110% today that looked different than her normal day off, right? Because it's just different. But did she give 110% both times? Yes. And that's why she's going to promote to Double Diamond. Because she's giving it 110% even when it's not convenient. And so if you are somebody who waits till the end of the month or just works at the beginning of the month and you're like, I'm promoting, I'm going double. And then come the 25th of the month, you're literally just trying to maintain your promotion that you hit 3 months ago. Stop. Like, my best advice to you, how do you do it? You stop. And you get tired enough of doing the same freaking thing every month that you do something about it. And you do something that you've never done before to get where you've never been before. If you want to advance, you have to stop depleting yourself to just get right back where you were, and then depleting yourself to get right back where you were. It's like filling up a cup and letting it go empty and then filling it right back up. The cup never grows. Keep growing beyond your cup, and your cup has to expand to fill it. That's what happens when you promote in this business. So hopefully that helped. Hopefully that made sense. I don't want to spend any more time on that question because I saw a lot of questions pop up in the chat. I can't talk and look at the chat at the same time, so I'll come back to those in a second because I have ADD, HD, and high definition. So I'm going to just keep going with these questions first, and then I will answer the rest of them. So All right, so let's talk about posting a little bit because we had some leaders that wanted to talk about posting. So I am going to share my screen with you, not because I think that I'm like that great at posting, but because I want to show you just an example of how to post, and I can show you a couple of other top leaders too. So one sec. Would anybody actually be willing to let me look at your social media, like your Facebook, and kind of point out some things you could do better? Okay. All right, let's see. I'm trying to pick who I want to do. Let's see. All right. Okay, Danny, I'm going to do yours only because I did yours earlier today on our coaching call. All right, so I'm going to do, I just wanted permission because I don't, I just don't want to like, I don't know, make anybody feel any type of way, but I'm just doing it to be helpful. So hang on one second. Here we go, share screen. All right, so can y'all see my Facebook? Yeah, okay, cool. All right, so this is my profile. So I'm going to show, actually I'm going to do Danny's first. All right, so let's do Danny. So Danny made some changes to her profile since we talked, so that's awesome. Okay, so let's look at Danny's profile. So her picture is really cute, shows her face, but it's a little dark, so we might want to get a picture that's brighter, or just brighten that picture up using an app, okay? Because our Facebook profile, like this right here, like right when you go to this profile, is exactly what you're gonna see that people are like, oh, or, you know what I mean? Like you go to people's profiles and you immediately judge them too. We talk about that with host to post, and it's not in a negative way that we're judging them, but you see somebody and you're like, either, yay, got a potential customer. Okay, we'll talk to them later. Okay, so that is something that you want to make sure that your cover photo and your profile picture is bright. And Chloe put some different apps on there to do that. So Danny added some pictures. So I'm going to scroll down past the ones that she added today. So this right here was the first one that I saw. Yay. Okay. Signing 2 customers. Okay. Sorry. My chat's blowing up. So this is the first picture. So we have something right here. Okay. I'm just gonna scroll through and I want y'all to just kind of look at her posts, okay? So we have this right here. This is about the business. This is about the hydrate. And Chloe tagged her in that. And then there's that. All right, so I want y'all to see what I see. So beyond today, because we talked about things and she immediately started switching some things up, which I absolutely love. But before that, June 23rd was the last time that I saw Danny's face. Did y'all notice that? I don't really know what Danny looks like. I don't really know anything about her family. None of this is very personal to me. Okay? So there's a lot of the graphics and things like that on this page. And so right here, this post right here is so good, and I told her earlier today, this should have a picture with it because we want to make sure that we're showing who we are. And this status is going to get far less attention than a post that has the exact same wording but with a picture on it. So we always want to put a picture with our posts unless it's one with a background like this. That's totally fine. So can y'all see my chats that pop up? Yeah. Okay. Well, April 22nd. Okay. Hey, what's up? Like 3 months later. What's up? Like, okay. Anyways, I'll ask her to host post for me. So whenever you have these background pictures, that's fine. But otherwise, you need to have a picture with all of your posts. So I told her that she should have more posts with herself. These giveaways are really good, but we want to limit those to about 1 time a week. And the rest of the time that we want to, like the rest of the time that we're posting or whatever, it needs to be about our life or about the business or about the products or about anything else. But whenever we do the giveaway posts, I usually do those once a week. And then besides that, I'm messaging for people to post for me. Like what you just saw that girl pop up, like, hey girl, I have a question. Would you, be willing to host a post for me? Yada, yada. So, here's a post right here, and that's super, but you know, that's good. And then right here, this should have a picture as well. That's a cute one with her and her, you know, friend, and that's showing like her life, and it's not about the business, which we do want posts not about the business. Make sure that you're posting about your life so that people can get to know who you are. So gonna keep going. So this one right here about the product, so I recommended that she doesn't post things like this to her actual feed. Make sure that she posts those to her story. So we don't want to add anything like this necessarily to our actual post because that's going to be spammy looking. So we want to add things that are like more personal. So a tip, I will stop sharing my screen for a second. A tip that I gave her today, I kind of thought of it on the spot, but it's actually a pretty good tip that I might even recommend to like my newer distributors. So Danny's new, and she just got her 6th customer today. So she just got her shopping spree. So everybody give her some love in the chat because she let us use her Facebook too. So thank you for letting me do that. So she killing it. But she hasn't gotten her shopping spree yet. She hasn't been in quite a month, so she hasn't gotten an auto shipment yet. The only way that she would have her products is by ordering them separately. So I knew that she probably didn't have a surplus of products, but she wanted to talk about the hydrate. So I gave her an idea of something that she could do before she has products. Okay, so if you're taking notes, write this down. What you can do before you even get a product in is the very first day that you join, you can talk about Skinny Brew by literally taking a selfie with a coffee mug. And we're not going to be dishonest and be like, oh my gosh, I have, you know, Skinny Brew in my cup, because you don't. But what you can say is, I'm drinking my coffee and I have my new brand of coffee on the way. And I'm so excited because I'm about to switch this coffee that I'm drinking for a fat burning coffee. It's going to help boost my mood. It's going to help do this. It's gonna do this. Right? Talk about what it's gonna do for you. You're not saying, I have Skinny Brew, everybody try it, I love it, I've lost 25 pounds in 2 days. No, but you're like, I have this coffee, I'm about to switch out my brand of coffee. Who wants to switch out their brand of coffee with me? And then another post that I gave for Danny, I said, instead of that hydrate post that you put up, let's post that to your story. Okay, because it's a little bit of like a graphic, so we don't want to post those on our feed. But what I told Danny is, hey, you need to show more of your face, so go take a selfie of you at the gym, or take a selfie of you on your walk, and talk about how your hydrate is in the mail. Maybe it's not yet in the mail, physically not yet, but it's gonna be in the mail. So talk about how your hydrate's in the mail and you're so excited because you're on your walk right now, and next time you go for a walk, you're gonna be replenishing your body with something called hydrate. You're not taking a picture with the hydrate because you don't have it. You're not saying what it's done for you, but you're talking about how you're excited about it and how it's going to make you feel. So a good example, I'll finish the post. So it's a selfie of Danny on her walk, you know, outside. So it's a bright picture. She edited it with Lightroom or Tezza or PicTabGo or whatever. And she posts and she says, I'm on my walk and I'm so excited because I'm finally getting healthy and these products are the perfect, you know, blend into my healthy lifestyle. So one product that I'm so obsessed with trying and that I'm about to get in my next shipment is our brand new Hydrate. And it's like a healthy lemon lime Gatorade, and it has 0 added sugars. It's only 10 calories. And these are going to be my absolute best friend for next time I go on my walk, so that I can replenish my body in such a healthy way with tons of electrolytes. If you're interested, drop an emoji below. Boom. She doesn't have the product. She's never freaking tried it before, but she knows she loves our Skinny Brew, so she can go recommend the Hydrate to other people. You do not have to use the products to recommend them. How many of you have ever been to a restaurant at the beach that you're like, oh my gosh, that's the best restaurant ever? Raise your hand if I can see your face. All right. So if I were to ask McKenna, she went to Myrtle Beach. Let's just randomly, I don't know. McKenna, or, you know, okay, somebody, I'm going to Myrtle Beach. I'm posting on Facebook. I'm going to Myrtle Beach. Where should I go? And McKenna's like, oh my gosh, I went to this restaurant in Myrtle Beach and it was so good. And she recommends that restaurant to me. McKenna, have you tried every single dish at that restaurant? You tried all of them? The whole menu? You tried, no, you didn't try the whole menu. You only tried one thing. She tried one dish, and she loved it the night that she went on her vacation. And she's like, oh my gosh, you have to go to this restaurant. It's so good. McKenna doesn't know that the whole restaurant's good, but she tried that one dish and she loved it. So she can assume that the rest of them are the exact same way. Why would one dish be incredible and the rest of it absolutely suck? Same with our products. You tried the Skinny Brew and you loved it, so you can go recommend the Hydrate before you use it. You can go recommend the greens before you use them. You know that, just because you haven't tried the collagen, somebody on this team has tried the collagen. You don't know if it tastes good, but everybody says it's freaking delicious. So you can try these products as you go, but you can talk about them now. So hopefully that helps kind of give you an idea of a post that would be better than the Hydrate graphic. So I'm going to share my screen again, and I'm going to show you an example of how we want to post. Now I'll just use mine, Facebook as an example. So my profile picture is really bright. My cover photo is really bright. And then this post right here is not really about the business, but it's just like an encouraging thing or whatever. And that's on purpose, because I was telling Danny today, I'll kind of look through whenever I'm trying to decide what to post, because I have my post written out. Now, I wrote this post way earlier, and it was saved in my notes on my phone, and this picture was taken last year. So that post and picture were not taken today, but I posted them today because I looked at my Facebook and I said, what has it been a while since I posted? This thing right here is a cleanse post. It freaking blew up, by the way. I don't even know what happened, but thank you, Jesus. This one is a distributor post, not my face, also not my face. And this had the income disclosure statement. Do not forget that. Anytime you talk about the business, you need to have your IDS. That can be found on your document library in your eSuite or on the team page as well. This was just not about the business at all. It was just like a filler post. Change your profile picture. This was about the business, income disclosure statement. This is about the coffee. This was about a promotion, and this was not about the business. So the next thing I needed to do, I was like, all right, not about the business, product, business, it's just a filler, business, product. So I needed another one of my face without the business. So that's what I did here. I wanted to show my face because it's been a bit. And I wanted to talk about something that wasn't about the business, that would just create some encouragement, some interaction, some just like a filler, but kind of about talking about being committed and talking about, it's kind of like a backhanded about the business. So it's not like in your face, join my team, but it's something that kind of speaks to who I am as a person and what I want people to feel whenever they go to my page. So show your face and look how bright my pictures are. I'm not bragging on myself. I kind of feel we're talking about myself in my own profile, but my pictures are all really bright because I use Lightroom and I use Teza and I use PicTab Go. This is not about the business at all. And you want to post things that aren't about the business, just so people can get to know you. Whenever people go to my page, they know that I have friends. They know that I am married. They know that I have a dog. And people will literally tag me and stuff about golden retrievers that they're not a customer. They're not a distributor. They're not on our team. They'll tag me and stuff, and they only know me from social media, and they'll tag me and stuff about a golden retriever. But they've never liked one of my posts about the business. Are they watching me? But they connect with who I am first. They buy into you before they buy the product. So if you're posting just about the cleanse, just about the coffee every single day, people are not going to connect to that or relate to that. But whenever you talk about, I'm just starting my health journey, I'm starting to walk a mile a day, that's inspiring. People are going to start walking a mile and they're like, oh my gosh, she just walked. That made me want to go for a walk. I'll have people all the time respond to my gym stories, whenever I post about going to the gym, and they're like, you literally are the reason I went to the gym today. You inspired me to go to the gym. They're not a customer, they're not a distributor, but that's how I'm building relationships. I'm inspiring people to do something. I want people to take action. Ideally, it would be with this business, but if they won't take action with the business, they'll take action doing at least being healthier. And that's a win. And they're still connecting with me, and they're still talking to me about different things because they feel like they know me. And that's what you want people to do. So hopefully that helps with posting. But the biggest thing is making sure that they're bright, making sure that you're posting, good quality pictures. And I would really encourage you and challenge you to post about your story, because I posted about my life. I posted about our debt-free journey. I posted about my family. I posted about my goals. I posted about what my life was like 5 years ago. My posts were not all, if you want $500, join my team. Who wants to join my team? Come on, everybody, join my team. $99 to join my team. Everybody join my team. Nobody wants to join your team. Newsflash. I love you, but they don't want to join your team. They want to join you because they get to know you and they connect with you, and they want to join you because of what it can do for them. I did not join this business to join Savannah's team. I joined this business because Morgan needed gas money. Carly did not join this business because she wanted to be on Morgan's team. She joined this business because she needed extra money while she was in college. So that's why she joined this business. And you have to remember that that's what people are going to connect to. Share your story before the business, because of the business, and after the business, or where you're going. And because of the business right now, if you joined this business 2 hours ago, maybe it's because you have friends. And maybe you just joined this business and you're like, well, I haven't made, $1,000 yet. So what am I going to talk about? Yeah, you may have joined yesterday and have student loan debt, and today you still have that student loan debt. But you know what the difference is that now you have hope that you're going to pay those off before you're 60 years old paying on them, minimum payments for the next 50 years. That's the difference. So yeah, you still have the same debt, but your hope is different, and that's what people need right now, especially like just in general. They just need hope. You have that vehicle to give them that hope. So share that with other people. Share your story, be vulnerable, and share it in a really positive way because people can connect to that. People can connect to the struggle more than the success. All right, so how to conquer your list, your to-do list, without letting it overwhelm you. I struggle with this, and it's hard to motivate myself to do the tasks because I'm so overwhelmed at this point. You need to set aside a time in the day to work your business before your day gets started. If you ask me, your day, like the start to your day, is the most important start. Like that's why breakfast is the most important meal. All those things, like the start of your day determines how your day goes. I'm going to tell you what I do in the morning, and I know that not everybody can do what I do. I know some of you have kids, and I do not have a kid. Some of you have jobs, I do not have a job. Did I join this business whenever I did, though? Yes, I did have a job whenever I joined this business. I did go to school when I joined this business. So I get what it's like to do that, and this is the same principle I did then. It just looked different. The principle is the same. The way that I do it changes because my life is different now because I did this then. That's what people don't get. They're like, no, you don't get what it's like to be busy. No, boo-boo, I do get what it's like to be busy, and I also know what it's like to be disciplined when I'm busy. That's why I have the freedom that I have right now. This is not given to me. This freedom was earned because I was so committed and consistent when I was busy. When I worked 65 hours a week, 9 a.m. to midnight, and went from Ruby to Emerald and Emerald to Diamond in the same day, earned $22,000 in bonuses, I do get what it's like to be busy. I do get it. And I know that it's hard, but I also know it's doable. And if you are disciplined and committed and consistent enough, you can do this too. But so many of you are making excuses for yourself and playing the victim, saying, well, life is happening to me and I just have such a, busy schedule. I don't doubt that you have a busy schedule. Nobody's arguing that you're busy. But what I am saying is you can do more than what you've been doing. You can show up for yourself better than you have been. So what my day looks like is I start my day off with this business. And so what that looks like for me is I don't open my phone until I've already done self-development. Put a 1 in the chat if you did that today. If you did your self-development before you opened your phone. All 6 of you, awesome. Because most of us don't. I know that was not me. If you asked me 6 months to 8 months ago, nope. First thing I do, got on my phone. How many of you put a 2 in the chat if you were like, rolled out of bed, open my phone? Not for your alarm. I mean, like, to do other things. Yikes. That's most people. And that's okay. But right now, it's like Maya Angelou, I think, said, now that you know better, you'll do better. Okay, so right now I'm going to teach you what you can do better to change your whole day. It's up to you to do it. Can't make you do it every morning, but I can tell you and you can choose to do better. Here's what I want you to do. I'm going to challenge you to wake up in the morning, turn off your alarm, and flip on self-development. I have my Audible app in a separate page. This is my first page of my phone. And then the second page is where I have like my social media and all that stuff, my Facebook, everything. So it's a totally different page. So I'm not even tempted to go to Facebook. literally go up here, go to the Audible app, and I click it, and I immediately go right to the book that I'm listening to right now, which is this one. And I click play. And I listen to that while I get ready. Most people get ready in the morning, even if you just brush your teeth. And I know, like I said, some of you have kids. Some of you have a job that you wake up really, really early for, okay? Take the principles and apply them to what your day looks like, okay? The book is called Greater. It's really good. But this is after the book that he wrote called Sun Stand Still. That's really hard to say. Sun Stand Still. Sun Stand Still. Okay, well, that was easier than I thought. Anyways, Sun Stand Still came first. Now I need to read that first. So if I had to recommend this book to you, read the other one first, then read Greater. Anyway, so I flip on my Audible app and I listen to that while I get ready. Take the principle, date the model, marry the mission. Mission's the same. We're all trying to do the same thing. We're all getting our 6 list done. The way that it looks for you may look different for me, but take the principles. I get up, I turn on my Audible, I get in a shower, I get ready, whatever. Some days, you saw earlier today, I didn't really get ready today. I put pajamas on and I worked around the house because it's the end of the month. But usually I get up, I take my shower, I do my makeup, and I do my hair. Why? Because it just makes my day go better. I also make my bed. For the next 21 days, if you do not make your bed, make your bed. Every single day for the next 21 days, I swear on everything, you will have a better day. I swear on everything, you'll make more money. If you want to do what millionaires do, millionaires make their bed and they don't check their phone the first thing in the morning. They also wake up early. I'm not a morning person. Well, neither was I. You can become anything that you choose to be. How bad do you want it? Wake up early, make your bed, don't check your phone. That's my 3 challenges to you. People who make their bed make more money. Call me crazy, see if it works. So then, go off. Okay, so then after I get ready, I do my affirmations. So I write down, I just write down I am affirmations. If you don't know what that is, look it up on YouTube. They have some that they'll play for you. But I literally write down my affirmations, and then I also write down things I'm thankful for, because abundance flows from a grateful heart. If you want more in your life, be thankful for what you have. It's always like, somebody said this once and it really stuck with me, and they said, be sure that you thank God for what he gave you as long as you prayed for that thing. That I just like freaking butchered it. It did not sound very beautiful, but as long as you pray for something, be sure you thank him for that thing. So I prayed for this house for literally years, but how often do we get the thing we prayed for and we're like, oh, thanks, and then forget about it? So every day I thank the Lord for the things that he's given me, because I know that abundance flows from a grateful heart. So writing those things down starts my day. Then I open my phone and I respond to messages from all of you beautiful people, and I get through all of my messages and I go through all my potential messages. I get through everything. Then I make my coffee and my celery, and yeah, or like if I do my coffee and stuff, like I just do that. But I'm not, the thing with the phone isn't the phone itself, it's the content. So am I going to get on Instagram and make my coffee story? Sure. Because that's me putting things out. It's not me taking content in. Does that make sense? So I'm not going to scroll on Instagram before I do my coffee. I'm going to scroll over and make my coffee, and then I'm going to get off of it. So, but I usually will get my affirmations done and then do my coffee, because I get my coffee made and then I come in and do my power hour. So, but yeah, and that's the thing. Like, you can use your Audible app, you can use your phone, but don't scroll on your phone. Like, I'm not checking Facebook and Instagram and notifications and texting people back until I've gotten that stuff done. And some of you might be like, well, what if I wake up to a message from a potential? If they were interested 2 hours ago, they'll be interested in 2 hours. Like, they're going to be fine, and you're going to be fine, and they're going to understand. And now they're a potential distributor because they thought they didn't have time for this business, and you just showed them that they do. So don't worry about not texting them back right away. I do a power hour every day, but like I said, my time is more free right now because I get the freedom of time. I can do whatever I want. So I get on the power hour every morning at 8:30 that we have as a team. But if you can't get on those, do your own power hour. Get with one other person and do a power hour together. Do one by yourself. You don't have to have people to do it, but oh, that would be a hot mess, Chloe. Oh, I don't know if y'all want to see that. But anyway, so that's what I do. Then after my power hour, that's like the power hours where I'm getting all my stuff done. So I am not looking at my notifications. I'm not looking at my text messages. And so then after that, I'm literally going through and I'm responding to messages. I'm sending more messages out and all that good stuff. So I get my 6 list done before I do anything else. So once I've gotten my posting, can somebody write the 6 list down in the chat in case some people don't know what that is? Because I don't want to just assume everybody knows what it is. But so this is my 6 list. So I'm posting every day. I'm following up. I'm adding to my network. I'm doing my self-development. I'm interacting, and I'm following up. What did I miss? Post? I don't know, whatever. So they're putting it in the chat. But that's what I do every single day. And whenever I do that in the morning, first thing, now my morning is pretty drawn out. Like I read and I do affirmations and I pray and I journal. It doesn't have to look like that. And back whenever I had a job, it didn't. It was literally like, get up, do my affirmations real quick in like 5 minutes. And I was like, setting myself up for success for the day. Then I would jump into my notifications and I would do all that stuff. And then I would listen to self-development on my way to my first job and then listen to it again on the way to my second job. That's what that looked like for me. So it does look different and I get that, but you can still get your stuff done before you go to your job or before you go to school. Because how much better and freer will you feel about this business if you get your stuff done in the morning before your 8 a.m. class? Yes, that is sacrifice. I get it. But it's going to feel so much better when you're in that psychology class at 8 a.m. and you know that you don't have your follow-ups hanging over your head. You're like, I already done them. I've already done everything. If I don't do anything else for my business today, I've done my 6 list. And then on the way to your next class, you're responding back to people from a host of posts because your host of posts is blowing up and you have so many people interested in this business. Guys, it comes down to a choice, and your day tomorrow starts tonight. So when we get off of here, I want to encourage you to get a planner. If you don't already have a planner, get a planner for this business, just for the business, and write out that 6 list that they put in the chat. And write those 6 things down, because if you write it down, you're more likely to do it. You're more likely to accomplish it. So write those things down, do those things, and then mark them off as you go. That way you can hold yourself accountable, because it's really easy to just have these ideas floating in your head of things you should be doing and then just not do them. You're like, oh, well, I'll just do it tomorrow. But when you have it blaring in your face, the things you did and did not do today, it's going to be way more obvious. You're going to be more likely to do it. So I don't care if you're not an organized person. Oh my gosh, I can't talk today. I don't care if you're not an organized person naturally. Again, you can be anything you choose to be. I'm not organized, I'm not a morning person. All excuses. Love you, but you're making excuses. Because I know people who were not organized at all that know that it's going to help them and their team, because it's not all about you, if they're organized. Do I have to be way more organized so that I can keep this freaking thing afloat so that I'm just not like everywhere? Yes. Otherwise, I'd lose my freaking head. I texted them yesterday. I was like, hey, can we do a coaching call? And they're like, sure. And then I texted them back today and I was like, well, we missed that. What about tomorrow? Like, I do my best. I'm not super organized, but I do my best because I know that it's going to help me. And it's going to help all of you if I'm more organized. I don't like being a morning person. My ideal sleep schedule is like 2 a.m. to like 2 a.m. till 10 a.m. Yeah. Like those 8 hours, like if I could just sleep then and like sleep until 10, like that's the best. But I make myself go to bed at midnight and I make myself get up at 7 because I know I'm a better person when I do. So that's my challenge to you, to get your 6 list done. And that's going to be so much less overwhelming, but I would stick to try to get it to be consistent every day. Where it's not so like, well, today I'm going to do it at 5 a.m. and tomorrow I'm going to do it at midnight and tomorrow I'm going to do it at noon and then the next day I'm going to do it at 3. That's really overwhelming because it's so sporadic. Like, try to get some sort of a schedule. And I know that every day is different, but come on. Like, if every single day, like some days you go to work at 9, some days you go to work at noon, then every day wake up at 8. And the days you wake up at 8 and don't go to work till noon, you have extra time. Have fun. Go to the gym. I don't know. Do something. But wake up every day at 8 even though you don't need to. Does that make sense? Put a 2 in the chat if that makes sense. I like feedback because then I know like you're tracking with me. I know like we're jabbing. Okay. All right. Next thing. All right. So how to stay on top of your team without micromanaging them. Something that I learned from Craig Groeschel in a Craig Groeschel leadership podcast. And so I put his name in the chat if you know how to spell it. He has a podcast called The Leadership Podcast. It's so good. Whatever rank you are, you need to start listening to this, because if I had listened to this at the rank of Ruby or before I hit Ruby, I would already be ambassador. I firmly believe that. So it's changed my business leadership wise, but something that he said was you seeing the things that your team is doing and being on top of the things that your team is doing. So whether that's loyal customers, how many customers have you enrolled? Okay, so let's figure out what we can do differently. Let's figure out how we can get you enrolling more people. Are you doing host to post? Okay, are you doing this thing with host to post? Okay, are you following up with these people? That's not micromanaging. That's managing. And you need to do that or you will not be a good leader. So I think so many people try to be more hands off so that they don't feel like they're micromanaging. I want people all up in my business. And I know for me, if I have somebody that's brand new in this business and I have other people jumping in and saying, how can I help you? The more hands that can be in that person's business, the more successful that they're going to be. So don't look at it as every time, like, I'm trying not to micromanage them. You're probably not. If you're aware that that could be how you seem, you're probably not. If you think you're micromanaging, you're probably not. Okay? Because you're aware that that could be something that you're going to fall into. But if you're focused on how can I help this person, let's dive deep into how this can work better. You're problem solving with them. You have to be able to see the problems in your organization before your team does. That's leadership. That's managing your team well, not micromanaging. There's a difference. So hopefully that answer helps. Okay, customer retention was another one. I want every single person, this is your homework for tonight, I want every single person to type the word retention into Dare to Be Diamond, which is our team page. And I want you to copy and paste those scripts in your notes on your phone and take care of your customers. Okay? Because everything is in Dare to Be Diamond. Everything for customer retention is in Dare to Be Diamond. I do not keep anything to myself. There's nothing that I do in my business that you do not know about. And if you do, it's just because you've missed it on Dare to Be Diamond because it's all in there. So retention, if you search that, it says literally the very first post that pops up is my customer retention method. So there are posts for this 2 days after they order. I'm going to send them, hey, thank you so much again for ordering. Because it's been like, okay, so if I ordered today, today's Monday. So then Tuesday, I'm still kind of thinking about it. Wednesday, I kind of forgot about it. But Betsy texts me and says, hey, Morgan, I just want to thank you again so much for your order. I really appreciate your business. Just want to let you know about your shopping spree that you can get on your 6th consecutive order and your other shopping spree on your 12th consecutive order. I'm like, wow, okay, cool. Like, she's thinking about me. That's awesome. It just kind of makes you feel real good. It helps create that relationship. 2 weeks later, it's about 10 days instead of 2 weeks, but 10 days later, I say, hey, did you get your package yet? They say yes, or they say no. We track it if they haven't gotten it. That makes sure that people get their packages. If they have gotten their order and they already texted me about it, then I'm just going to, instead of saying, did you get your package? I'm going to say, hey, how are the first few days with your products going? They tell me how it's going. Maybe we need to get them a new coffee recipe. Maybe I need to tell them to, take before and after pictures, drink plenty of water, whatever they're getting. That way I can just create that relationship and make sure that they're loving their products. And I'll even have some people say, oh, I'm going to start my products in 2 weeks when I come home for vacation. I'm like, no. Because think about it. They're starting their product 2 weeks late. Are they going to want to order after the 3 months? No, they're going to have way too many products left over. We need them starting their products ASAP. You texting them 10 days later is going to help them make sure that they're doing that. The other thing that I do is 2 months later, so 2 days before their last order, I always make sure and I say, hey, I'm so excited. You're only 3 more orders from your, $50 shopping spree. Do you want to keep using the same products or do you want to get something different? And then they tell me if they want to choose or whatever. And sometimes they'll stop their orders, but at least I told them about that. And then at that point, I'll tell them about perks points. And I'll say, you have so many extra, dollars in free product credit. So let's make sure that we spend those before you turn your order off. I'll also make some recommendations because I'll have people say like, well, I just want to stop my orders. I have too much of the same product. I'm like, oh my gosh, if you already have an extra month of Thermophyte X, let's throw in a cleanse and let's just get that instead of the Thermophyte X, because what that's going to do is you get to use them together. Now, since you have an extra bottle, you're going to get such better results using both of them together. What do you think about that? They're like, oh, perfect. Had so many people keep their orders by doing that. So whenever somebody orders, so one of my tasks that I do every single day is take care of LCs. That's one of my first things I do every day. And what that means is that anyone who ordered today, I'm going to go through and I'm going to get them on my planner on my phone. So I literally will go today. Okay, so tomorrow we'll say the 30th. So I'm trying to think of a customer that ordered today. Whatever. Julie. I don't know. Julie ordered today. So the first, I'm going to put right here, I'm going to click it. I'm going to add an item. So I'm going to go over here and my thing is going to say, Julie, thanks. That's it. So on the first, I'm going to check my phone calendar and it's going to say, Julie, thanks. What do? I send that text replacement that says, hey, I just wanted to say thank you again so much for your order. That one. So tomorrow I'm going to do, on the first, I'm going to say, Julie, thanks. And then I'm going to count 10 days. And about the 11th of July, I'm going to say, Julie, products. And then her next order, or her like third order, is going to run on August 25th. So August 23rd, I'm going to message her and say, hey girl, only 3 more orders until your product. So on the 23rd, I'm going to put Julie 2 months. So now all I have to do is check my calendar every single day. And so on the 29th, I had to message Jody, like this is what it looks like. So this was today. But I wrote that down 3 days ago, or however long ago. They ordered Saturday. So I had that today in my planner. I also had this one. So those people must have ordered about 10 days ago. And so I messaged them and asked if they got their products. So, does that help? That make sense? Super easy? Okay. Let's see what other questions we had. I think that was all the ones in the leader strat. Let me scroll back up. How many times a day do I recommend posting? I only post once on my Instagram. I post all day on my story, as many times as you can on your story. People have different theories, but I swear by posting as many times on your story as you can. Some people are like, only do 3 slides. No, post as many times as you can. I promise it works, and does not all need to be it works. It needs to be my life, and this is what I'm doing. Sometimes I literally have nothing to post about, so I just go outside and I record like this. I don't know, like I just make up random stuff to record. I don't even know. And sometimes I'll literally make a snack just so I can post about it on my story. Like I just post about whatever so that I can get content, because it's by chronological order. On like your Instagram story, these people up here are the people who most recently voted or most recently posted. So if you want to be up there where people click through, you need to post consistently. You need to post often. It doesn't have to be anything special, but make sure that you're doing that. And then on Facebook, on my actual post, you can post more on there. I'll post 2 to 3 times on Facebook. And if I post 3 times, one of them is not about the business for sure. All right, I'm trying to hurry. That kind of answered that question. My Facebook, the same as my Instagram. If I post on Instagram, I usually will post it to my Facebook. Sometimes I'll use a different picture because I can post less personal stuff on Facebook. Like it can be darker. Like it doesn't have to be as bright and perfect, which I like about Facebook. Let's see, Lightroom and Teza. People put that in there. Let's see. Okay. Yes. Megan said, does it count if you roll out of the bed, go to the gym, come back and do self-development, then open notifications after that? Yes, actually it does count, because here's the reason why you don't want to open your notifications at the beginning of the day. Your phone is like your rudder of your ship. Okay. Who's ever, by show of hands on here, who has ever woken up in the morning and checked their notification like right away and had a really, really good message and you were like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have such a good day. Like a customer was excited, or your mom texted you and was like, hey, we're coming in town, and you like your mom and you're like, yay. So show of hands. You're like, yeah, I'm gonna have a good day. Okay, cool. All right. And then who's ever had a day where you're like, oh, great, this day is gonna suck. Everybody just texted me and everybody's pissed and everybody's mad and my mom needs this and this. Yeah. Okay, so it's 50-50. You wake up, you open your phone, it's like an 8 ball. 50-50 chance. Like you never know what you're gonna get. Are you gonna have a good day or a bad day? Do you actually want a text message or a post on social media to decide your day for you? I know I don't. Nope. So if your phone is like, the beginning of the day is the rudder of your ship. You need to be the one that decides the day that you're going to have based on what you do with your morning. If I don't check my phone and I don't look at my notifications and I start my day out in prayer and I start my day out with Jesus and I'm starting my day out with affirmations, I'm listening to my self-development, I'm reading my book, and that's my first 30 minutes of the day, and then I have a crappy text message, guess who's still going to have a good day? Guess who was not affected by that text message as much then as I would have been if that was the first thing I saw in the morning? That's why it's important. That's the principle behind it. So don't be too like rigid about it. It's not about your phone. It's about the notifications. It's about the posts. Like if you go and look at a post and there's this girl who, you know, has freaking 1,000 pack abs and you're like, I ate cookies right before I went to bed and I look like I'm 18 months pregnant, and you're like, dang it. Like that set your day wrong, right? I've had that happen before anyways. All right, so what time do I wake up? 7, but I don't have kids. So if I had kids and I needed to wake up before them, I would wake up earlier than that. Sometimes I wake up at 6:30. Tomorrow will probably be earlier because end of the month. Yeah, so I would definitely not do that. Christina said that she is up every 3 hours with her daughter. So Michael makes the bed perfect. Okay, I'm trying to make sure that I didn't miss any questions. Let's see. Sorry, I'm not trying to like make awkward pauses, but I'm just trying to make sure I got all the questions. Do you write their names in a planner? Yep. So somebody said, when do I send product instructions to an LC? I will do that whenever I ask them if they got their package, or if they text me and they're like, hey, I got my products. I'm like, perfect. And then I send them the product information, like just, you know, how to use it and make sure they understand how to use it, all of that good stuff. I always remind my customers to drink plenty of water and take before and after pictures. Anytime they say like, yeah, I got my products, perfect, be sure you drink plenty of water and take before and after pictures. That's always my go-to because they need to be doing those things. Okay. All right, and then for signing distributors, there are so many posts in the team page, so go check those posts out. Literally look up this thing right here, sign a DT. We also have a book, said book because she wrote Secrets of Millionaire Mind. We have this video, a recording of our Zoom from the first Zoom that we did this month, and we had a couple of girls who were killing it with distributor enrollments on here to talk about enrolling distributors. So go check that out on YouTube too, and that recording's in the team page as well. There's also tons of different posts on the team page about signing distributors and different tips and scripts and posts and everything on social posting catalogs. So if you're looking for ways to sign distributors, go search out some different things on YouTube. There's tons of stuff because I don't have time to get into it right now, but we did just do a Zoom about that. So if you missed that, go check that out. It's in the team page, search distributors, search hashtag signing DTs, search signing distributors, signing DTs, whatever. It's going to all be in there. And there's also a live video that I did last month on signing distributors and tips on that. So there's so many different tools and tips. Be sure that you make sure that you go and check those out. So I'm going to stop the recording.